Hi everyone, it's Nancy. I'm back with a little bit of a series. I gave you a sneak peek on Instagram, and what I created was a prayer journal. So I said maybe, somebody would be interested and wanted to start one with me. What I want to do is show you the one I made, and then I'll do a little flip through here, and then I will go through the supplies that you will need. And maybe we can get done the base today. If not, at least I'll do the flip through and give you the supply list. And then in the next video, we can start, okay? So I hope everybody had a nice New Year's. So let's get into this. This is my prayer journal. I've been wanting to make one of these for quite a while now. And just felt that I was ready to do it. It came to me what I wanted to do. And it's just really simple. I love the size of it. It is, let's see, it's about 7 by 4. You can make it any size you want, but I like this size. It just feels good in my hand. It just feels good, something to hold on to. It's not too big, it's not too small. I really enjoy the size. And then, of course, the size is up to you. The way I'm making it is just my version of it. You can make yours any size you want. And it's using envelopes and papers. So let me just show you. This beautiful hand-dyed sari silk is from an Etsy shop called Color Kissed Silk. And I will link everything below the videos at all the time. But it's just beautiful, beautiful. With the digitals that I'm using, this one is called Peaches and Cream. And just, oh, isn't this just so pretty? And they have so many different, oh, there's a piece of paper. So many different colors. I want to say flavors. I always call it flavors. So many different flavors of this. And it's just so beautiful. So I did pick this one up as well as like a purpley one. So that's what I'm using for mine. And I just a simple tie on it. That's all it is, nothing fancy, because you want to be able to get in and out of it. You know, it's beautiful, but it needs to be functional and something that you can just, pick up, write in, or read, and then tie it up and put it to the side. I think this prayer journal for me is going to be, just by my bedside. I have prayer lists of people that are always needing prayers. I'm sure we know everybody that needs a prayer. And, I try to remember everybody in my head, and sometimes maybe I don't. And unfortunately, it seems to grow bigger and bigger, and I just thought, it'd be really nice to have a little prayer journal to just, keep my intentions and my prayers for people in. So anyway, on the outside here, I just have a little angel charm here, and then I'll show you what this little cross charm is attached to. It's a neat idea. I don't know if you can pick up on the video, but throughout here I have used my paint, Arteza Aztec Gold paint, and water, put some in a little pot and then watered it down, and I just gave some pages, not everything, but just a slight spatter of a light gold, just a very light touch of it, just to give it a little gilded look. Not much, just a little. So this is the front of the journal here. And I used a beautiful digital, and I'm going to tell you all the digitals that I used. You can use any digitals you want, anything you want, whatever speaks to you, but I'll tell you what I'm using. So this first flip here is a small envelope, and inside here is a tag. And this is a work in progress too. Like, I can add to this whenever I want. I didn't decorate every tag that's in here, or card, or page. That will come as I need it. So what I did was I made some master boards with my scraps, and from the master boards I created the tags that are in here. And there's not many, there's a few, but this is part of a master board. So this is ready to go. And I found a punch that I had. So I didn't want to do the normal angled area, you know, for tags. I wanted to have a softer look. And I did find this punch I had. Now this is a Stampin' Up! Punch. And it gives you like, this is the punch part that I used, or you get a floor. But I mean, you might even have a punch at home that's in your drawer that you don't even realize you can get a pretty little edge on it. So I used this one to get this look. And I really like this look. So all my tags have this look on it. Okay. So this prayer journal is made up of 6 envelopes, 5 of one size and 1 smaller. And now this is the smaller one on the top here. So I'll just show you the inside here. So on the inside, that meant to go in the pocket here. Okay, so when you flip the first envelope over, I made a little tuck pocket behind here. And what I did was I used a bunch of digitals that I will tell you of all these French holy cards, things like that. And you can use your own holy cards from people that you know in your family. But these are all just paper and blank, because what I wanted to do was have these on hand in here. And when I have someone that I will be praying for whatever reason, I thought that maybe I could take one of these and, you know, on the back, write their name, what I'm praying for them, and then tuck it in somewhere in here. And then I'll have it to read and pray about. And so I just did rip and cut a bunch of these out, and I put them in this little pocket behind here, behind the first envelope. So that's what's there. And what I did was I just put some lace on the bottom, punched a hole, put an eyelet there, and put this really pretty little charm of an angel on here. Okay, so when you open it up this way now, I'll just show you beautiful paper and spattered with the lightest spatter of gold. This journal has also 3 signatures in it, okay? And I will show you all the different papers that, you know, you can gather, start looking for. But I'm just going to do a flip through here. This is a Bible page here. Beautiful digitals. I just love the digitals that I've used. They're soft, they have color, they're aged looking, and they're just a little bit of everybody. Wait till I'll tell you who I used. A lot of writing space. There's a lot of writing space in this little journal. Some old ledger I used. Here's part of a digital. Oh, I used some of my own avocado paper because this went with it so well. And this is a flip here on this page. And then this whole piece of avocado paper, I just folded it in 3. And I have areas to tuck more of my holy cards in, or whatever you want to. This is a spattered gold paper of a digital, and more writing space here. So there's a lot of room to put things in. It's just so pretty with this paper. And then turn it, and here's part of a digital. And the other side of the ledger. This is the first signature, by the way. Here's some beautiful paper here. I'll tell you what they all are. More writing space here. Okay, and this envelope here is actually a tuck. And here is another journaling card. Now, where I got this image from, and this image here, look through magazines. Actually, these came from a Daphne's Diary magazine that had a little article about a church in it. I get some Daphne Diary magazines, and I go through them, and I think most of us do cut them up. I know a few of us have a hard time about it, but you know, start looking through your Daphne Diaries for different images. And I don't know what magazine I found this from, what issue, but it was an article about a church. And I thought, oh, I ripped a couple of those pages out and thought those are going to be perfect for tags for my prayer journal. So just keep an eye out on different magazines when they have, travel magazines might have them, brochures from if you traveled. So keep an eye out for images like that of churches. So that's in this pocket. Here's some beautiful writing space. And these pages have that little bit of splatter of gold. So it really makes a beautiful look to it. Here's another beautiful page, and this is an envelope that's opened. And isn't that beautiful? So pretty. So soft and pretty. And so I put that in there. Now this is an envelope that has a window. So there's no plastic here. I didn't want the plastic, but the window is there. So what I did was I covered it and just kind of cut in there and pulled it and ripped it a little, and then inserted this beautiful picture of Mary in here. And it's just so pretty like this. I love how that looked. And then, so here's the back. Now this is the back of the prayer journal, and just Mary, and I put a real pretty piece of vintage lace there, okay? And then open it up. Oh, and here's another tag, and here's another, this is from the Daphne Diary magazine. It was a big, beautiful picture here, and I thought, oh, that is just gorgeous. So I made that into a tag, and that goes in here, in this pocket here, the back of the pocket, okay? Another piece of beautiful paper. Look at that image. And then more writing space here. Flip that over. Here's, this is a glassine bag. I put a little bit of that hand-dyed sari silk down here. I made another tag to go in there with the scraps I had. Some vintage paper. Okay. Flip that. You have more writing space here. Okay, there. This is some, this piece here is some vintage, well, not vintage, it's just probably older stationery paper that I found. Here's another image. I made a pocket, put some of the sari silk here. I made another tag here with the scraps. I love making collage boards and cutting them up for the scrap, you know, for the tags that you need. And then another image here. Now, this is what I wanted to show you for a bookmark. What I did was I took a piece of sari silk, put this cute, pretty little cross charm that I got, and then I tied it on. I measured the page and tied it on, slipped it through the ring here, and then tied it together like this. So what it is, it's a bookmark, but it's, you slip it on the page that maybe you want to get back to when you're there, you know, when you want to get back in your prayer journal. You just slip it on any page that you want. So you'll tie it to the biggest page that you have, slip it on a page, and then it's just a bookmark and it hangs off. Isn't it pretty? And you have a little bit hanging off the top here. So that's the bookmark I made. Here's another piece of the avocado paper I made, and it's got the 3 pockets here. I just folded the whole sheet up so I can have room to put things in. Another beautiful image. This is another image with a piece of crochet. Bible page. Here's another image, and I made this a little tuck on the side here and made this pretty little card here to use. And you can, you know, you can put pictures of your family in there. You know, just make it as personal as you want. Just so pretty, so beautiful. And here I have a pocket. I made a pocket, and this is a page from a Helen Steiner Rice book of poems, and she wrote beautiful poems, religious poems, kind of like prayers that you can say, and there's beautiful images. And I had gotten a few pages from, oh gosh, I can't even tell you where I got them from, and it was an Etsy shop that I bought quite a while ago, but if I can find out where I got them from, I'll link it. But yeah, that's what that is. More writing space here. More Bible, and then some of the brown packing paper spattered with gold. And then this is old book page, like an old book page. And I just glued a frame on there, and that's ready to slip a picture or a holy card in there if you need. There. Beautiful images. More writing space. Some of my coffee dyed paper that I made into a trifold, and then that's another beautiful image from the digitals I used. Put that in the middle. You could fit a lot more in here. And I love when they get chunky and soft, you know, squishy. Here's another frame that you can slip a picture or a holy card if you want. Here's the other part of the book page, really old. And then the packing paper, Bible page. More of this beautiful crochet page. Another image to write on. And that's the back of that beautiful image. And then we're back to the front. So as you can see, this is the front. Here's the first signature in here, first signature here. And then you flip it, and the back has two. There's one signature here, and then one signature here. So this is it right here, okay? Now, I wanted to tell you, kind of give you an idea. Let me just see my time here. Okay, I want to let you know what you want to gather and start looking for, okay? So the first thing you want to do, you want to gather envelopes. Now, I use junk mail envelopes, but if you don't have junk mail envelopes, you can buy envelopes. You can buy them from the dollar store. I bought this box from the dollar store, and these are 6 3/4 by 3 no wait, I'm sorry. What are they? Yeah. What does it say? I don't know. Let's see. These are a number 8 envelope. Well, that's odd. It says 6 3/4. Anyway, it says 6 1/2 by 3 5/8. 6 1/2 by 3 5/8. Yeah, 3 5/8. Yeah, 6 1/2 by 3 5/8. That's what these envelopes are. And this is the size pretty much that I used. Okay, so you can always get a box of these if you don't save or you don't get a lot of recycled envelopes that you could use. And so what you're going to need are 5 of the same size envelope, 5 of that size that I showed you, and 1 smaller. So 5 of these, recycled or new, whatever, and then an envelope that's smaller, okay? And you can see this is the smaller one that goes on top. So that's what you're going to need. 5 envelopes that are 1 size and 1 smaller. So 6 altogether, okay? And then, so then the other thing you want to start looking for are your pages you want to put on the inside to make your signatures. So I'll give you some examples. I take paper and I emboss with embossing folder. That adds a nice touch. If you have any vintage papers, perfect, use them. I have gotten some vintage pages from an old Bible, from a vintage Bible. If you don't have pages like that, I can tell you what I did. At the Dollar General store, you can buy a Bible at the dollar store, okay? And even though it's white, you can age the pages up. But I think, I mean, I don't want anybody to think I'm being disrespectful in any way to the Bible. I'm not. I take my Bible very seriously, but I think it's, to me, I'm okay because I am using this to make a prayer journal. So in my mind, you know, I'd like to say that I'm using it a good way, okay? So I really don't want to offend anybody. That, you know, I hope I don't offend anybody. But, you know, if you don't have vintage Bible pages, you can always, like I said, get this at the dollar store and use this in your prayer journal. Okay, so that's another tip there. Also, so I have some vintage ones. I use that. I just look through my pages and see what, you know, it's a piece of old wrapping paper. You'll see this is part of a digital kit that we used. Some old ledger paper. I used the one little glassine bag. This one measures 3 1/4 by 5. Here is a piece of old stationery that I thought went really well with my book. These are some pages from a book, you know, the very old beginning of the book, and sometimes at the end of the story they have these old pages, and these will make perfect pages for the journal. And just some old books. I don't even know what this, I don't even know what language this says. It might be Latin, this one. So just some old pages. Here's some of the newer pages from the Bible that I got, and then some pages from a book that I had received in a Happy Mail that I think this might be, I don't know what language this is. I don't know. Here's some of that packing paper, which we'll make pages out of. That. Here's another page that I had gotten from a Helen Steiner Rice book. That will work really well. We'll cut it down. You can get 2 pages out of here. Here's some soft lined paper that's a little yellowed. That looks really nice. I have some of my avocado dyed paper. I have some coffee dyed paper that I did. So I'm going to use some coffee dyed paper, and then some digitals. I love these pages from the digital, and I'll tell you where I got these from. So I printed out double-sided, I printed, and also some vintage music paper and whatever else you have. So start looking through your papers, and like I said, you'll pick the digitals you want. I'll tell you what I'm using, but these papers seem to go well with the colors of the digitals that I had picked out to use. So just look through your digitals that you have, or purchase some digitals from some of the great gals that make these digitals, and then look for papers that go with them. Okay, so that's my tip for that. Also, we're gonna need, okay, we got the envelopes, we have the pages for your signatures, and I told you about the silk, and just a few other things that I have here that you'll want to get is, oh yeah, some laces, some pieces of laces that you'll use to match your, you know, the colors that you're using. So look for some digitals. I mean, some laces. I have pieces here. And then, like I said, that little glassine bag. And then the charms, the angel charm and the cross charm I got from Hobby Lobby. So you might even have some of your own already. And then, like, this is a piece of white that I embossed. I had this Tim Holtz doily embossing, but if you have like one with roses or crosses or anything that will go with your, you know, your prayer journal, emboss some papers and have them ready too. Okay, so, and then we will also make these are some extra tags that I had from my masterboard that I made. Okay, so we're going to use those. Here's another image from that Daphne Diary magazine that I'm gonna, it's already ready to go. I just need to punch it. That's gonna be a pretty tag. So get some of those little pieces ready too. And now to the digitals. Now let me do this really fast because I think we're gonna have to make the base in the next video. My digitals that I used, I'm gonna read them to you and show you. I used a small plethora of different digitals, but I love the ones I use. The lace papers that I showed you are lace paper set 2 from Tailor Made Journals, and I'll list it all down below. The some of the other ones that I used are La Lumiere de la Foy collage sheets from Vintage Scraps Crafts. I used a new one from Marlene from Uniquely Ella, her vintage French documents with florals. And then I used a bunch from Ruby and Pearl, Heather at Ruby and Pearl. I used a little bit of 38 Rue Bourbon. I used some from BohoButterfly, Le Petit Jesus, French Holy Cards, and Vintage Lace Prayer Card Collection 2. So let me just show you a few of the ones that I'm talking about here. So I will list them and then you could go look at them. This is from Vintage Scraps Crafts. This is Karen's, and she came out with this, and I bought it a while ago because I knew this was definitely going to be in my prayer journal, or the base of it, and I'm finally going to use it. But oh, I love this kit. So this is the La Lumiere de la Foy collage sheets from Vintage Scraps Crafts. This is this beautiful, and I think I need to print a few more, but this, not this here. This is Marlene's from Uniquely Ella, her beautiful vintage French documents with florals. And there's some more with this. I need to print a few more. These were just images of some cards that I got off Pinterest. So you can look on Pinterest too, or you can go to Graphics Fairy, okay? And then from Heather, these are all the different pages from the kits that I mentioned to you from Heather. Those were, you know, the most of them there. So I'll list everything down below. So if you want to gather your supplies, the next video will be, the first one will be putting our base together, putting our envelopes together and starting to get going on it, okay? So if you have any questions, let me know down below. I'll try to answer them and help you as much as I can. So we look forward to seeing each other soon and getting started on our prayer journal. Okay, girls, thank you. Bye.